back to my channel for another video. Happy New Year. First off, it's freaking 2020. Like, what the heck? Where did time even go? So it is a new year. I've got some really big plans for the channel, and starting with one that I've been telling you guys I'm going to do for probably like maybe 2 months now, maybe a month and a half. I am finally filming my full face of E.L.F makeup, and I am wearing the look now. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's get started. The only things I have that aren't E.L.F are my mascara, which I actually haven't been wearing mascara anyway. I get my eyelashes lifted and tinted, so that's really not a big deal. And a brow setting gel. So to start, we're gonna go in with moisturizer, and actually I'm using the night cream. I just ran out of the day cream version of it, but honestly I think it's pretty much the same. I just keep one in my bathroom and one in my vanity. So we're just gonna go in and put some of that on first. I actually really like this. Like, I was using Curology for the longest time, and I switched over to this maybe like a month and a half ago, and this is actually my second container of it. I don't know if you guys can see like how low it actually is. Okay, so this is actually my second container of this guy. I actually, when I put this on at night, I used the Nourishing night eye cream or something. It's like the same packaging, it's just a smaller container, and it is for like your under eyes, and I love both of them so much. My skin this time of year gets so dried out, and like, it's a game changer. Oh, also, as I use these products, I'm going to link all of them down below, or I'll like type up like what I use and then what shades I use in them too, just so you guys have them for reference. So next thing we're gonna go in with is our primer, and I'm sure you guys have heard about this. This is the E.L.F Poreless Putty primer. Literally, I feel like everybody and their brother is using this. Is that still a saying? I don't know. I actually, before this guy came out, I was using the E.L.F Poreless primer, but it was like the pump, the pink pump, and I literally feel like this is the same thing, just like a different consistency. Like, I feel like the end results are still the same. Like, it does the same thing. So if you can't get your hands on this, because I don't know about you, but like where I live, I could not get this for 2-3 weeks. I don't know, it had been a while. And now I think a lot of the stores are catching on that this is like a big thing. So I think most places have it in stock now, but if your stores still don't have it in stock, and you're really trying to recreate this look, the pump version of the Poreless primer from E.L.F is really good as well. And then we're gonna go in with foundation. I'm gonna shake these up. I actually don't know which shade matches me. I have 2 shades, and these are the E.L.F Flawless Finish foundations. So this is the shade Linen, and this is the shade Sand. I don't really know which shade's gonna match me, so we're just gonna pump them onto the back of my hand. So basically, one just has a little bit more of a rosy undertone than the other. I'm honestly just gonna mix the two, just because, why not? This is actually, so I don't, like, on a day-to-day, I don't actually wear foundation. I usually just conceal and then use a tinted powder. So this will be different. And then I'm just gonna go in with my Real Techniques sponge and blend that out. Okay, I actually really like this foundation. I have never used this before, but it is very like light. It's very natural on the skin. Like, you can still, like, it's sheer enough that it doesn't look like you have a layer over your face, but it's also enough that it covers any you know, blemishes or marks on the skin. And I really don't need this. I typically wouldn't do this, but I am going over and just putting like a second layer, if you will, just to see how buildable it is, because I'm really liking it. All right, so next we are going to go in with concealer, and I again have 2 because I ordered these online. I wasn't sure what shade I was. This one's actually going to be way too light, and this is the shade Light Beige. So I'm gonna go in and use the shade Tan Sand. And I actually am not about that like super like bright under eye. I really just conceal to conceal my under eye circles. And we're gonna blend that out with the same sponge as before. Wow, that looks really, really nice. It is so full coverage. Honestly, it doesn't dry as fast as the Shape Tape concealer. It doesn't seem like anyway, but the consistency and like the way it blends out is very comparable. Personally, it's a little too full coverage for like my day-to-day, same with like the Shape Tape. But I really enjoy it. Like, I mean, like if I'm doing like a full glam, like actually like getting myself done up, not just like for a day-to-day, I really like it. Okay, now that we're looking like a blank canvas, we're going to set everything. And I don't like properly bake, but I do put translucent powder like on my eyelids, under my, like in my T-zone basically. And I don't really let it set all that long, just kind of enough to absorb the oils and set it so it doesn't move around. And this is just the E.L.F. Sheer powder. And I'm just going to take my wet sponge and make sure I don't have any creasing. And just dip my sponge down into it. I think at one point in time this did have like a sifter in it and I took it out. I do that with all of my translucent powders. I hate the sifter in them. This powder is so fine though, like compared to like the Cover FX or the, honestly, I mean, it's kind of comparable to the Laura Mercier one, but it doesn't have that like glisten in it, if that makes sense. Pat all around, looking like a ghost, you know. And then literally I don't let this set that long. Like just from the time like I close it up and get out my powder brush, I just dust it all around and make sure everything else is just not like heavily set, but just set enough that like as I'm putting on my blush and my bronzer and everything, it doesn't like move all around, you know. Wow, I really like the way the concealer is setting under my eyes. And that powder like blurred everything, like all of my pores. Like it did more than the primer did. That is incredible. So next we are going to go in with our blush and our bronzer. Like with my everyday makeup, I don't even wear like proper eyeshadow. I literally just use my bronzer in my crease. And do like a smoked out eyeliner. That's like my go-to, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So I actually didn't buy an eyeshadow palette, so just disclaiming that this bronzer and the blush are what I'm also using for my eyes. And this is the Forever Sun-Kissed bronzer and the dark palette, the dark blush palette. So that's the colors inside here. But first we're gonna go in with bronzer. I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush and put that on here. And if you know me, you know I love bronzer. Like, it just makes such a difference. Like, look at this side to this side already. That's incredible. This bronzer, what perplexed me when I first bought it is I think it said it was like bronzer with primer infused bronzer or bronzer infused primer, something like that. I don't know. It was like, the way the packaging was worded confused me, but I'm just using it like a normal bronzer. So, I mean, I don't know if that's wrong, but that's just how I use it. Then I'm going to go in with my blush brush. This is my favorite Morphe E4. And I literally just kind of dabble between all of them and tap off the extra. This is so pigmented, and lightly tap on your face. Like, it is very pigmented. And I always just dab a little there, a little around, and then we're gonna blend that out. Okay, so now we have our bronzer and our blush applied. I don't actually know what the shades of the blush are in this palette either. It's just the dark palette. I guess they don't have individual names. So yeah, sorry about that. Next, we're gonna do highlighter. I actually have two highlighters. This is the E.L.F. Jelly Highlighter. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it. Sorry, maybe I'm just not using it right, but I tried this the other day and I literally ruined my makeup and had to redo it. So I'm not actually gonna mess with that today. Today I'm using an oldie but a goodie, and if you used to watch my old videos, like I'm pretty sure I used this in my very first YouTube video. So if you're an old, you know, subscriber, you know this guy. And this is the E.L.F. Moonlit Pearls highlighter. My eyes are like leaking. Let's see, what brush do I want to use? I'm going to go in with the Morphe M510, twirl it around and pop that on the high points of my cheek. Actually, I don't like this brush. I don't know why I'm using that. Just kidding, I'm switching brushes. This is the Morphe M510, and just really popping this right on the high points. I'm gonna go into my eyes. So like I said, I just am using my bronzer, which honestly is what I would do on a day-to-day. I usually use the Hoola something or other, the Hoola Caramel bronzer on my eyelids. But today we're using our E.L.F. one. This is just a big fluffy, it is the Morphe M441 brush. And I'm just doing what I usually do. So nothing too crazy, but you can see it just has that dimension to it now. And actually what I would do then is, and you don't have to use this many brushes, this is just what I do on a day-to-day. This is the Morphe M456, and I'm just taking that under my lash line here just to smoke it out. So then what I will do is grab a smaller brush, and I use my highlighter as my inner corner and eyebrow highlight, and this is the M124. And then this is usually where I would set my face again before I do my liner, my mascara, and my brows. So I'm just going to do a very fine line above my lashes, and then I smoke it out. And to do that, I'm going to use the M250-1, and this is the E.L.F. Black Gel Liner. I love this. I typically would do this with a black powder, but you can also do it with a gel liner if that's what you prefer. Okay, and then I take a pencil brush. Okay, now we're gonna do my eyebrows, and I really don't do that much to my eyebrows. Typically I just like comb them, and occasionally will fill like just in these spots. So we're gonna try to do that. I use a pencil usually. I'm gonna try to use the E.L.F. brow pomade today, and this is in the shade medium brown. And this is the Morphe M158 brush. Oh good lord, I've got a solid eyebrow. My eyes keep watering. I don't know if I'm having like a reaction to something I use, but my eyes are like leaking. Okay. So this is like very bold for me, but it's okay. I'm just gonna stop before it gets worse though. So actually that powder I used, I'm sure you can tell, I actually don't usually do this, but I'm gonna go grab a mascara. Again, I'm sorry I don't have one from E.L.F. because I don't usually wear mascara when I have a lash lift. But that powder was so fine, it kind of like made my eyelashes look powdery. So I'm gonna go grab some mascara quick, apply that, and then I'll be back and we'll finish up. I think we're like basically done. The very last thing I'm gonna do is put on some lip product. I'm not really a lipstick girl. Sometimes I'll wear it for videos, but like for a day-to-day, I don't wear lipstick or anything. I do a nice gloss or a chapstick, and my literal favorite, like I probably have 6 of these laying around. I keep them in my car, in my purse, in my cubby at work, literally in our living room. I don't know, I literally have them anywhere, everywhere. I mean, and this is the E.L.F. Lip Plumping Gloss. I actually showed this in one of my haul videos, and this is in the shade Peach Bellini. I have it in a ton of other shades, but this is my most worn shade. It is just such like a wet, glossy look, and I love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, everything I use will be listed down below, as well as the shades I use of each thing. So if you're curious, check it out down there. And then if you have any other questions, comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And with that, we are just going to wrap this video up. So I will see you next Monday. Oh, hey, I forgot to say, don't forget to subscribe down below and like this video if you enjoyed. Okay,